Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask, Heidi. It is Friday, the 9th day of February. Today is National Bagel Day. We just talked recently about a story where they were doing bagels with no holes in them, and people were freaking out. It's also National Bagels and Lox Day, so you can have them either way. National Cut the Cord Day, National Develop Alternative Vices Day. So if you have a habit and you've been trying to kick it, they're like, hey, pick up a different habit, and then you'll get rid of that one. Or you'll have two habits. I'm just saying. National Pizza Day, National Toothache Day, and National Read in the Bathtub Day. You ever read in the bathtub?
No. Well, no.
It's weird. I've tried that, and I'm like, I'm getting...
But you go to turn the page or something, and
Like, I'm getting my Kindle wet. So, just kidding. I don't have a Kindle. All of that stuff happening today. And since we've got that big game this weekend, we're going to talk to a guy about the ads in that big game. We've got a super fun guest that we're going to chat. We're going to break it down. We're going to chat all about it coming up.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about BetterCreditCards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Lawn Love raked the 2024 snowiest counties in the United States, comparing 256 counties in the U.S. for their record snowfall records.
Okay.
So I've got the top three and the bottom three. They have more than that, but that's all I'm going to share. The snowiest counties were Valdez, Cordova Census Area in Alaska. Second snowiest place was Coos County, New Hampshire. And the third snowiest place was in California, which you would have never thought, but Placer County, California. That's Northern California.
Okay.
3 counties with the least amount of snowfall in the United States. Number 3, Honolulu, Hawaii. They don't get a ton of snow.
No, they usually don't.
Number 2, Dade County, Miami-Dade County, Florida. They don't get a ton of snow. And the least amount of snow in the U.S. of A. For 2024, I don't know if this is from last year, Monroe County, Florida. If you want to read the whole story, I've got a link to it. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Did you know? Brought to you by Genesis Gold, IRA.com. Heidi, did you know? It was a week ago, but this story's been rolling around the internet for the last week. PETA wants to replace Puxatawny Phil.
I saw this.
The beloved weather forecasting groundhog. They want to replace him with a gold coin.
Yeah, I saw this.
They wrote in an open letter to the Puxatawny Groundhog Club in Pennsylvania. They encouraged the organization to remove the animal from the celebration. They say he should be formally retired and taken to a sanctuary, and they promise to present the group with a giant gold coin. Why? The letter says, beyond a shadow of a doubt, the groundhog's weather prediction is no more accurate than flipping a coin. And should kindness prevail, the huge coin would easily replace Phil as the Pennsylvania town gimmick to draw tourists. So they're going, hey, this big coin could be on display all the time, and people could come and see that.
People would come for miles.
I don't know. All I know is it was a week ago. I had this story, and each day I kept thinking, oh, I'm going to read this story, and then I had something else instead. So I thought, today, any longer than today, it's way too long ago.
I did see that. I think it's a ridiculous notion.
I don't know.
And it's not like that animal is being abused.
No.
He's very well cared for.
I've never been involved, so I have no idea. But we don't know everything, but now we know this.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. After more than 2 years away from the spotlight due to rare diagnosis, Celine Dion will open herself up to fans in a new documentary acquired by Amazon MGM Studios. I Am Celine Dion is what it's called. And they're going to be talking with people about her and with her about her. No release date yet announced, but they're working on the project now. And Leave the World Behind has entered Netflix's most popular films of all time list. It's an Apple apocalyptic thriller. Is that how you'd say that?
Apocalyptic, yep.
Apocalyptic thriller. It has Julia Roberts and Ethan Hawke and several other people. 136 million views in its first 52 days on the streaming platform. Placed it at number 8 in the most popular English film list, ahead of Glass Onion, A Knives Out Mystery, and Extraction. So they did very, very well with the film. I watched it. I was very confused at several of the things. I'm like, I don't understand several of these things. Big Screen, Little Screen, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com. Chick-fil-A is again selling heart-shaped trays of chicken nuggies for Valentine's Day.
Aww.
I think that's cute. There's some pizza places that do heart-shaped pizzas as well.
Yep.
And I think all of that stuff is kind of cute. It's just like they're going, hey, we'd like you to do business with us on this special day. I know this isn't what you usually think of for Valentine's Day, but you never know. Questions plaguing humanity.
Oh, here we go.
Heidi misses this so much. We haven't done this for a while. She made fun of me for doing this too much. So I'm like, okay, we'll calm down. But I was like, it's time. I've got a bunch saved. How about this? Why do we put suits and garment bags and garments in suitcases? Yeah, good question.
Yeah.
Why is it when you transport something by car, it's called a shipment, but when it's on a ship, it's called cargo?
Oh,
yeah. Do Lipton tea employees take coffee breaks? Makes you wonder. Another question plaguing humanity. If Walmart is lowering prices every day, how come things aren't free yet? I see what they did there. How about this one? Why are there interstate highways in Hawaii? Yeah. What interstate is that going to?
What is it connecting to?
It's not connecting to anything. Another question plaguing humanity. If someone says you're in denial, but you're not, what do you say?
Oh.
I'm not in denial.
Right.
Sounds like something
You're
somebody
denying.
in denial would say.
Right.
How about this one? How can a slim chance and a fat chance be the same thing?
Oh, yeah.
While a wise man and a wise guy are opposites.
Okay.
Yeah, see? How about this? Questions plaguing humanity. Why buy a product that takes 2,000 flushes to get rid of? And one last thing. Who were the beta testers for preparation A and B and C all the way
Before
through G?
you got to H?
Yeah. I don't know.
That is hilarious.
Thank goodness it wasn't me. Several questions plaguing humanity. It's all part of your scoop of the day. Comes your way, courtesy of BetterCreditCards.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
Thank you for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Excited to visit with Bob Horowitz, the executive producer of the annual CBS hit Super Bowl Greatest Commercials, The Ultimate Countdown. It's on CBS tonight, and I'm excited to see this, Bob.
Thank you. I mean, look, it's 23 years, which is just incredible. The idea was really hatched at a Super Bowl party, just observing people. And during the course of the game, everyone's over at that buffet table with the sandwiches and the chili or chips and guac catching up. During the game, they're eating. All of a sudden, the commercials come on, and they scamper back in the living room and say, we can't miss the commercials. And so we thought at that time, maybe Super Bowls deserve their own show. And CBS said yes. And 23 years later, every year is the number one show. And I think it's because people just love those classic commercials, and they don't see them during the course of the year. Just like Charlie Brown Christmas or Rudolph, they've seen those animated series over and over and over through a lifetime. They work because it's that comfort food. It's that once a year taking you back to a place that you really enjoy. And that's really our success.
The program is on CBS tonight, and you might see one or two of the new commercials, but this is mainly the big classic Super Bowl commercials that people have loved for years.
The guts of the show, over the 23 years of us doing the show, there have been 12 finalists in the 23 years. Finalists defined as commercials that in our countdown finish 1, 2. Mean Joe and the Cocoa Kid has won 8 times. So we're in Las Vegas. That's a boxing showdown place. So why not put these commercials all in the ring together? And so we're counting down from 12 down to 2. That's what Boomer and Danny created, the countdown. Boomer Esiason and Danny Rua. And when they get to the final 2, America will vote live to determine the ultimate commercial of the past 23 years of us doing the show.
I love that. So by watching tonight, we can participate and help the outcome.
Help, you decide the outcome. You don't help, you decide. And we don't know. We know the countdown, and because we have to determine that ahead of time. So, but we do not know which commercial will win. We won't know that until the end of the 8 o'clock hour on Friday night, 8 Eastern and 7 Central. So majority of the spots in the show are the classics, those you want to see every single year. But Kevin Frazier has been, on the phone and, talking to agencies, and he'll share throughout the night either sneak peeks or clips or things to watch you're going to want to watch for on Super Bowl Sunday. So he's the one looking ahead to see and share the insight on the new creative that just might make one of our future countdowns.
So, Bob, as the executive producer, do you get a lot of heat for not having, you missed this one or you missed that one? My favorite commercial didn't make the countdown.
I think that's a great question. I think it's a credit to the commercials, because if we left something out, you wouldn't know it. Because there's so many great classic commercials. And that really is the truth. The toughest thing for us, and it's just factual, that, in the fall, when we start to say, what are those classics that we're going to go to this year, we quickly get to the 20, 25 spots that must be in the show. So then we just have to think of what might be that one or two new ones to crack, to kind of crack the format and be able to be in there. What's also amazing is that and the genesis of great Super Bowl classic commercials was probably the Apple 1984, commercial.
Yeah.
And that celebrates its 40th birthday this year.
Oh,
that's incredible. 40 years ago. So we have a piece in there that I think will be kind of fun for viewers to watch, because it explains how Apple didn't want that commercial to run. The board of directors tried to get it canceled and told the ad agency to sell off the 30 and the 60-second spot. Fortunately for us Super Bowl commercial fans, they were only able to sell off the 30-second spot, and the 60, which is what we see in what we see in our show and
made history.
What we've seen over the years, is right. Otherwise, it wouldn't exist. And so, as a tribute to that, and he's such a good sport, in the stadium on Friday night, like in that commercial where the woman runs down and throws the sledgehammer at the screen.
Yeah.
Boomer's going to attempt to do the exact same feat inside the stadium.
Well, we'll be watching. It's called the Super Bowl Greatest Commercials. It's on CBS tonight. All of the details in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Give yourself a little credit.
I've been telling you about BetterCreditCards.com for a few years now. I'd love for you to take a few minutes today to check out the website. Who knows? You might find a better credit card, one that offers a better rate, or a credit card that offers cash back, airline miles, or other points and perks that can help you. Check it out now.
Give yourself a little credit. Go ahead and switch to BetterCreditCards.com.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
The T-Rex, Tyrannosaurus Rex dinosaur, likely had feathers.
I've heard that.
That's kind of cool. Be like a giant chicken then, wouldn't it?
You would think.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
A horse can generally produce about 24 horsepower. Well, that seems like the wrong name for that then.
It does.
Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Football or soccer teams wearing red uniforms play better. Why wouldn't they all wear red then? Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Vanilla is mildly addictive. Very nice.
I do like vanilla.
And our final fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Sonic the Hedgehog's full name is actually Ogilvy Maurice Hedgehog.
Isn't that nice?
Now, I got to tell you, this is a bit of a contentious one, though. Some fans claim that this is not canon because Sonic's full name was never published. So if this somehow affects your day, seek help now. Several fun facts. Now you know. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
Insurance. It's important to have insurance, but it's more important to have the right insurance. After all, if you're not covered, it's like not even having insurance. Make sure you're covered for whatever claim might come your way with InsuranceChicken.com, helping you peck out great insurance deals in your area. You need insurance on your car anyway. Why not get great rates for great insurance from InsuranceChicken.com? That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for the Mint Mobile question of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com. Question for you, Heidi. Phone chargers are the most common thing left behind in a hotel room. This is the second most common thing left in a hotel room. What is it?
Swimming suit.
No, underwear. And it even says dirty underwear.
Ew.
Yeah. All right, Mint Mobile question of the day comes your way, courtesy of Mintervention.com.
What could you do with an extra $129 a month? In this economy, every penny counts. So an extra $129 each month would absolutely help. Well, 97% of us have a cell phone, and the average person pays $144 a month. Mint Mobile can help you save a mint. At just $15 a month, that's an average savings of $129 each month. It's time for a Mintervention. Switch and save today. Get this special offer at Mintervention.com. That's Mintervention.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. Viral video of a Costco customer returning a sofa that was purchased over 2 years ago sparked online discussion about their return policy and what exactly constitutes abusing the policy. A woman named Jackie shared that she bought a sofa from Costco in 2022. In a clip posted to TikTok that's attracted over 3 million views, she admits that she was nervous to return the item to the warehouse store and felt intimidated by other shoppers who were staring at her while she was waiting in line. But she tells her followers, who cares? They have an awesome return policy. Buy your furniture from Costco, girl. That's what she says. And you can return it when you don't like it anymore. Okay? Their policy...
That is true. They do take just about everything back.
Their policy does not say that items must be returned within a certain time frame or in certain condition or whatever, in some exceptions maybe. One commenter wrote, I work for Costco. Don't get me started.
Yeah.
So apparently this is a pretty common thing. I would have never thought to do that.
No.
And I'm not going to start now. All right. Weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com.
John and Heidi.
Time now for the list brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Full names of characters that you didn't even know had full names. If you're a Barbie fan, you might already know that her name is Barbara Millicent Roberts. What about Ken? It's Ken Carson. How about
really?
The Wizard in The Wizard of Oz? Oscar Zoroaster Fardig, Isaac Norman Henkel Emmanuel Ambrosius Diggs.
Okay.
Uh-huh. He just took the two first words, Oscar Zoroaster. That's the Oz part. The Pillsbury Doughboy, Poppin' Fresh, but his wife is Poppy Fresh. And they have kids, Popper Fresh and Bun Bun.
Okay.
Captain Crunch, his name is Horatio Magellan Crunch. Lone Ranger, his name is John Reed. However, in the film in 2003, it was Luke Hartman. The Michelin Man is Bibendum, Bib for short. All right. Peppermint Patty, her name is Patricia Reichart. Mr. Snuffleupagus is Aloysius Snuffleupagus. And Shaggy, Norval Rogers. Zoinks.
Oh, that's funny.
Yeah, and there's others on the list as well. If you want to read all of them, they're in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you owe the IRS $10,000 or more in back taxes? Are you being audited or investigated? Has the IRS sent you a letter demanding payment? You may not owe what they claim. Make this free call to the tax doctor now. Let them negotiate with the IRS on your behalf.
800-310-5831. 800-310-5831. That's 800-310-5831.
Time now for the quote of the day. It comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. Quote today is from Phil Passoret. He says, if you think dogs can't count, try putting 3 biscuits in your pocket and then giving them only 2. Yeah, they can count. They'll go, excuse me, believe there's one more. Quote of the day comes your way, courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. Comes your way, courtesy of GenesisGoldIRA.com. Cool story here from North Carolina. Customer sends letter and cash to a restaurant after realizing his mistake. A heartwarming display of honesty and kindness. A customer at a place called Side Street Pour House and Grill, Pour, P-O-U-R,
Cute name.
went above and beyond to rectify a simple mistake, turning an ordinary lunch outing into a remarkable story of goodwill. The tale began when a couple enjoying a delightful lunch with their server accidentally took the wrong copy of their credit card receipt. Unbeknownst to them, this meant that the hardworking server was left without a tip that they had intended to leave. These situations, while unintentional, can leave a lasting impact on the dedicated staff who strive to provide excellent service. However, what happened next is what sets this story apart, Heidi.
Okay.
The customer, upon realizing the oversight, went the extra mile by writing a heartfelt letter to the restaurant expressing their sincerest apologies for the mistake and enclosing a $20 tip. They shared this heartwarming letter on their Facebook page, expressing their gratitude and admiration for the customer's exemplary actions. So it doesn't have the person's last name, it just says Ted, but it said, pulled out my receipts and discovered that I had inadvertently retained the signed merchant's copy of my Visa receipt when I left your restaurant. As a result, while the food was fully paid, the tip, which I had intended to leave for Hope, was not relayed back to Visa. I can only trust that Hope will forgive my blunder. That was no way intended for us to end our 2023 that way. Here's to a fresh start, and there's a $20 cash tip in there.
That's really sweet.
So, and then signed Ted. I think that's pretty cool. Restaurant posted the thing. They covered up his name, but they highlighted the importance of recognizing the hard work that is put in by servers and impact considerate gesture can have on their lives. $20. You might think it's $20. Well, $20 can be the difference between eating or not eating.
Right.
You know, $20 could be a big difference. So,
and honestly, it wouldn't. They could have very easily not done anything about that and been like, well, whatever.
Yeah.
We saved some money. That was really sweet of them.
It was very nice of them for doing that. And I've got a link to that story in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.